Honestly, you will preserve your power when you understand that not everything deserves a response from you. Seriously. Sometimes a simply okay will keep your mental health balanced and keep your mind and your emotion and your spirit intact. Speak less and do more. Speak less and show more. Standing on business is you showing that you mean business with your actions. Enough hoopla, yelling, screaming, going back and forth, especially as a woman. I think that women, we just have to understand, ladies, that sometimes people are just committed to misunderstanding us, ladies. We just have to ladies, just save your speech, because some people will never understand you because they don't want to or they don't care to. And when you understand that, you are going to speak less and do more. And that is how you preserve your peace. At some point, you have to stop begging people to change, and you have to start asking yourself, why am I still here? Why am I still engaging? Because the reality is, at some point, everybody will get to a point in life as an adult, male or female, where you have to take full responsibility for yourself. You have to take responsibility for what you put up with. You have to take responsibility for what you allow in. You have to take responsibility for who you allow in. And you have to be the adult in life. Too many times in life do we find ourselves begging people to change or begging people to understand how or why they hurt us instead of just walking away. Preserving your power is something that I recently started doing in the last couple of months or weeks, where I really start asking myself, does this require a response out of me? Is this important enough for me to respond? Or can I simply just walk away from this with my dignity? Because I feel like a lot of illnesses that people experience in life, in my opinion, I think a lot of illnesses are stress-induced. I think a lot of women have anxiety, a lot of men have anxiety, depression, all this stuff, because I feel like a lot of it is also environmental. I think when you remove yourself from environments and places and people who don't value you, all of your mental health is going to get much healthier. A lot of times you're feeling down, you're feeling in the gutter because you're just around people who don't value you. If you change your location and you separate yourself, you will no longer feel inadequate. You will no longer feel insecure. You will no longer feel unimportant. You can't change people, ladies and gentlemen. You can't change people. You can only change how much access you give them. I'm not saying people don't change. I think it takes a certain level of enlightenment, ascension, spirituality, and discovery for people to change. And if someone changes, it's going to be for them, okay? If somebody changes, it's going to be on their time. It's going to be for them. People are not changing for other people. People change for themselves. So when you understand this, you're going to look at what people do and you're going to ask yourself, okay, this person is that way. What can I do to ensure that I am well balanced in regards to this person? Am I going to have to create some distance? Am I going to have to cut them off all the way? Am I going to just have to leave them alone? Because my mind was unlocked to a new level when I came to the realization that my mind became unlocked to a new level when I realized that I have the power. I have the power and control over my life second to God. I have the power. The power's mine. So am I going to give my power away by feeling helpless in regards to people and allowing them to stay longer in my life than they should, or give them access that's not warranted for the betterment of my life? Or am I going to actually take control of my life and make conscious decisions? Because a lot of times we're blaming other people, and yeah, they're toxic, but then why are you still over there? If they're so toxic, why are you still connected to them? Because by asking yourself, okay, yes, they're toxic. They're toxic. I'm not responsible for them being toxic. They're just toxic. That's who they are as a person. But why am I choosing to remain connected to this individual? By saying, why am I? Why am I? And putting the finger back on you, you now are putting the power back in your hands. Because now you can decide, you can make the decision on if you want this person to stay or if you don't. I am not talking down on anyone. I'm telling you, I used to be the queen of back and forth, arguing, trying to get people to understand my point. That's another thing that I completely stopped doing. Some people are committed to misunderstanding you. Some people misunderstand you on purpose because they want you to spiral, right? Some people secretly don't like you and they're purposefully trying to twist your words up or misunderstand what you're saying because they want a reaction. And with those people, you don't go back and forth with them. You leave them be and you leave them alone. That's why even in my comment section, I will literally say, I went to the mall in the rain and I got a little wet when I got out my car. And somebody will switch it up and say, you are the one that got in your car, and because you started your ignition, you caused it to rain. And I'll look at the comment and I just block the person. Like, I don't even think twice about it. Because you're committed to misunderstanding me. You're just committed to twisting up the story because you just want a back and forth. And I don't do back and forth anymore because it's not worth it. So sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, is this person really committed to misunderstanding me? Because some people don't want to understand you. They don't want to understand where you're coming from. They don't want to see how you feel because they don't care. Because they want you to be on their program. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care about how their actions affect you. They don't care about how they don't care. And when you understand that somebody genuinely does not care, you will move yourself out of their way and let them be, and don't give them access to you anymore. Access to you is a privilege. And sometimes by simply removing yourself, you are showing people that access to you is a privilege. And as you grow in spirituality, as you grow as a woman, as you grow as a man, you're going to realize that you get to preserve your life force. You get to preserve your power when you're not engaging with people that are committed to misunderstanding you and that are committed to bringing frustration and problems into your life.